Hello,
good
everyone.
morning, everyone. How are you?
Hey there.
Um,
Right.
that's me, Wolf, your account manager from Toyo. I'm here with those amazing human beings, part of our team. Um, I would like to introduce you, Lucas, our word builder. He's here to answer some questions. We have Rich, the shy guy. He's underneath that 2D art. He is our 2D ninja. Rich Cantuaria and our game designer, Mr. Talaris, Kevin Talarico. Well, we are here to answer some questions. We are aware that we had the AMA like a few weeks ago, and we have done some new stuff and would like to share a few new stuff with you. But at the same time, we would like to we brought some questions that the community asked about our staff and so. And well, how are you guys?
Hey, Wolf. Hey, everyone. I'm doing fine. Thank you so much. Um, things are being wild lately. Lots of things to be doing. Lots of new features that we are focusing, like laser focusing, to deliver. And as I ask Richie how he is doing, I will also invite Richie to, you know, draw some things for us as we talk. So while we'll be speaking, Richie will be also drawing things for us. So here's his screen, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, all
That's great.
right.
That's great.
How are you doing, Richie, Lucas?
I didn't know we're gonna have a live session of rich drawing stuff. That's awesome. I'm doing very well. Hope you guys are doing the same. Hope your guys are doing many good things and mainly had a good sleep at night. And what about you, Richie?
Hi, people. I'm very well, and I'm a little bit shy because I never did this kind of thing earlier, better.
Don't
And
worry.
so let's go. Let's go.
Let
Let's do
Okay.
some fun.
First of all, could you make a draw for us? That's the voice of community. They would like to see the Almighty Tattoo done live on stream. The best Toyo ever.
best
I'm
time
joking,
ever.
joking.
Yeah,
But
the
no,
No, it's true.
community is asking.
community ask it. Community.
Community. We all know. We all know. That's
so
okay. That's
uh,
okay.
we have some questions. Our users, our members, people part of a community. I'd like to thank everyone to be here, Toyo mentors, and they sent some questions. So I would like to make those questions. Let me open it here because my computer is working. Just a moment. Okay. Let me shoot the first question to Kevin. People wanted to talk. I don't know why they want to talk with the game designer. Perhaps they want to know more about game and so. But let's go. Kevin, could you tell us why game design?
Okay. Why game design?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, when I was very young, I received my first console, like video game, like 4 years old. So ever since I told my parents that I wanted to make games, like I really did. And once I went to the college, I studied game design in an university, and I realized that that was my thing. I do know how to code a little bit. I mean, every game designer should know a little bit of everything, and I guess it's another thing for myself. I I'm like an enthusiast in lots of things. So not only I do game design, I am also a singer. I had a band, a rock band in the past. I program for some time. Like one of my first jobs, I was a programmer, so I did lots of coding. I also made some freelancers in graphic design for some local business here. So the thing is, a game designer knows a little bit of everything, and I can't refuse knowledge. I like, embrace everything that I can, touch every single area of knowledge possible. There are just a few things that I never really did, like 3D for instance. I really suck at 3D. The max I could do was like a pudding kind of shape, and that was it. I was out. But yeah, I loved game design not only because ever since little I played a lot of
Yeah,
games, but also because I love every kind of to learn a lot.
I sense the Richie is doing some, comics about us. Woof woof over there. I think that's well. Anyway, and
That's amazing.
that's kind of interesting. Yeah, most people are connected to their passions since their early years, and that's amazing to know that. And knowing that from you, what is one thing about your favorite game and you would change to make it better? For example, tell us your favorite game and what could you change. You know, I think, saying, for example, oh, I like to play League of Legends, and I would like to change this and this because
Starting by the
Well,
community,
well,
maybe.
League of
yeah.
Legends is not a game; it's like a curse. But anyway,
Oh, that's harsh.
Well, um, I think we first need to talk. League of Legends is a good example because it's definitely not my favorite game, but I do play it a lot because of friends. There are some games that are very social, and even though the gameplay itself it's kind of fun, the game sustains itself on its social, the networking that it enables you to do. And League of Legends is one of these because you have five different characters. You have a lot of people playing together, and they all have their roles, and you can make plans and strategies. But definitely not my favorite game. Um, to be honest, perhaps one of my favorite games would be Detroit. And I talked about Detroit with Lucas a lot. Actually, I brought Detroit for us to study a little bit. I will also, invite Lucas to talk a little bit about what he thinks about Detroit. But one thing that I would change is I would like to have more access, and that's the game design part of me saying, I would like to have more access to a few of the choices that people made. What I'm trying to say, Detroit is a very narrative game that has lots of branches and lots of possibilities, and has a very rich universe. And I would really love to know the behavior of the people that are playing. How many people chose one path instead of the other, how many people got one ending instead of the other, and especially the home screen of the game. For me, was very powerful because you had like an assistant, like a robot assistant talking to you, and you had decisions to be made in the home screen before even playing. And that one you can find in the internet anywhere. So um, I like these things where you open to the public a little bit about the numbers. And actually, that's one of the things that we want to bring a little bit more in Toyo itself. You want to give you more access to numbers for you to understand what's going on, and you just don't believe in the magic behind the game. We want you to know how many other players are doing this, how many other players are doing that, how many other tatsus are out there, how many other, all of these stuff. So we want to give you more clarity behind the numbers, and because that's one thing that I love. For that makes me understand the universe of a game a little bit more clearer. But I also invite Lucas. Lucas, once we talk about Detroit, did you like the game? Did that inspire you somehow?
Yeah, of course. As you said, it's a narrative focused oriented game. And it's awesome how they express so richly the environment and the characters. Even if they are androids, synthetic beings, they crave for feelings the whole journey. They start to uh, doubt about they are. way of living, as you can say, for sort of saying. Yeah, and these make everything even more rageful. The conflicts make everything even more rageful. The things that you can interact with, it starts to amplify with the progression of the game. Um, that the whole universe was very interesting for me to take as a reference. I really studied it with Kevin. We talk a lot about this game, and as you were saying about that, the number thing, the statistics thing that should be on the that could be on the game. I also remember about another very awesome game that is The Walking Dead from Telltales, I guess, that win the game award, I guess, in 2015. They had these statistics every time you finish a season of the game. They show all these guys, these people choose this instead of that, and this is very interesting thing. I don't know why I would change in both of these games. In fact, I'm a very newbie. Let me say it like that. I'm a kind of newbie game designer. I'm starting this role for this past months. So I really don't know what I could change in these awesome titles because they are really awesome. But of course, there are many things. This thing about it being negative focus, it's very interesting for me because it's something I'm starting to see very much now. When a game is mechanically oriented and when it's narrative oriented, for example, it's very interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. For those who don't know, Lucas is the mind behind the world in Toyo. So all the stories of the characters that we're going to be seeing, all the mystery behind what happened in the simulation, all of this is on Lucas. So that's why it's lovely to talk about narrative games and how rich these universes are. But yeah, I think that covers the question. Thank you.
It's we.
All right. What's up next, Wolf? You might be on mute.
Oh yes, that's a trouble. I was speaking with the wind. No, I was speaking alone. Thank you both of you. That was amazing. And talk about world building. That would be just a small, a fast question for Lucas.
Okay,
He
okay.
just he just
I'm just taking my kitty from the window before he
okay. Take care. Cats
decides to
are
jump.
dangerous. So, could you give us some, drops from the future lore you are building? Something that users would like to know or would be interesting for community to know.
Yeah. Well, that's a very neat question. How can I say that? Our word building or lore is a continuous narrative. How can I explain that? We have a very big, vast chronology. I don't know if this is a word. I guess it is. Um, and so we have many things in the past that is kind of hard coded in the lore. We have Kaitant, and Kaitant has main arcs, but we have a very important arc. A lore. A journey that happens many substantial things to the Toyoverse in the past. And Jakana has the same, and Xeon One. Oh, I guess I talked too much. Zero one, which is I did a mistake. And I guess I shall continue.
Yes, yes, yes.
Zero one
Okay.
has this kind of journey also in the past. Anyway, but when we are now talking about the present,
Yeah.
because you, the players, will decide what will happen in the future. So I don't have it to be very to don't share too much. Also, I don't have a
Okay. You
future.
can't spoil too much.
I can't spoil too much, but I can say that everything that will happen in the future, the unfold of the narrative, the directions we can have, will be as substantially affected by the players in the present, as we can say. So that's it. We have a vast lore, a vast past, richful environment, but the things now is kind of different, and you guys shall discover what happened and what will happen is on you.
Okay. I don't want to compromise you, Lucas. So thank you
That's okay. That's okay.
for your answer. There is a
It's okay.
question from our Twitch. It's Atundemar. He asked, "Hey Kevin, which console was your first one?"
All right. Okay, so my first one that was my own was the PlayStation 1. But before that, my cousins and uncles they had like Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo, and I played a lot on these. Oh, sorry, I mistaken. It was Sega Saturn. That was the first one, and then came the
Sega
PlayStation
Saturn.
one. Yeah.
That's one I like, and I had one Sega Saturn, but that wasn't my first anyway. So uh, nice. And what was the first game you ever played when the very first one video game you played, like on Sega Saturn? What was the title you played?
It was probably Sonic. I really don't remember. Yeah, it was really really young, like 4 years old or younger. The game that I remember the most, actually, like the game that I played the most in my childhood was definitely Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which for me is the best Castlevania ever, and no one would ever take this podium.
Okay. Oh, thank you. But okay, talking about the first game you ever played was Sonic. That's I have some triggers with Sonic because when I used to play it on Mega Drive, it was always hard to pass on some levels. So I almost threw my Mega Drive through the window. So I don't want to play it anymore. So there's another question from our community. Um, what is your favorite aspect of game design?
Huh. Okay, that's interesting. There's one thing that is called flow. It's a mind state. Let's put it that way. We game designers try to put you into that specific mind state. It's like a chart that travels between how hard a game is and how much skill do you have as a player. And we try to put the game right in the middle of this chart so the experience is so deep that you actually feel part of this universe. When you're playing a race game and then you're turning your car and you instantly tilt your head to the same direction you're turning. That experience, that feeling of being one with the game is called flow. And that thing is overwhelmingly crazy. It's completely nuts to imagine you can create a universe, and if you do it right, this person would be with the universe. He would be part of this universe, even if it's just for some minutes or perhaps some hours if you're lucky. But they will be part of it. They will feel like they belong to it, and it belongs to them as well. So it's important for us to consider every aspect of the game to make sure we're pointing person into the right direction. Of course, there are some games that don't follow this rule, and they don't follow in purpose. Like for example, the famous um, Dark Souls, this saga.
Yeah.
They they do it on purpose. They make it extremely hard and take you out of the flow on purpose because they achieve something else, something different. But to do
Mm,
that, you must understand how the flow works. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, I
But
got from Soft. I play Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice. Actually, the title is wrong
mhm.
because Shadows die like 1 million times. You just don't die twice. I have lost account how many times I died on that game, but anyway.
Fake
Um,
advertising.
yeah.
Oh, wait, wait. Wolf, before you continue, please, can you let me take a ride on this last question just to say a little
All right,
thing?
go ahead. Take your time.
Um, uh, I was thinking about how some the flow concept is because I think that maybe someone of you guys who is watching us thought about this in this way. What I will say, but when we think about flow, we almost every time we think only about mechanics. As Kevin said, it's a it's a mix. It's something that floats between the complexity and the skill you need to have, and what's the other thing, Kevin? The It's between the skill of the player. Anyway, it's
And
about
the skill you require, yes.
yeah. We almost every time we think about mechanics, but this is a thing that happens in the narrative as well. The flow, the journey of the hero. You know, we have this movement of thing. A good thing happens, a bad thing happens, a worse thing happens, then a good thing happens again. That's the flow. That's the way we have to play with you guys about your own emotions, about your own feelings, about what you can do or don't. And anyway, the flow is everywhere in the game design. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, amazing.
Awesome.
We have some new questions from members sent to us. There is a new question that I will answer. Um, the user asks, any news about the Discord rank system rewards and what and when can we expect some juice? Well,
Juice, yeah.
yeah, the rank system, it was developed to make sure users were engaging with within our Discord, and it's still running, and there are some rewards, great rewards for those who achieve the ultimate level. But I am working on revamping the system to make sure everyone that make part, everyone that is ranked, will have some kind of reward, even if even if it's something small, but we will have reward for the top 10 users. So, when we can we expect some juice? Well, actually, next days, I think next week's better. Where I will announce some news about the new Discord rank system, and that's it. Just stay tuned for more news, and I'll make sure everyone know what's happening. Well, okay. And just asking Rich. Hey, Rich, how is
Lovely ranger Rich.
the drawing going?
And so hard to make this kind of thing on live, but I make an effort about
You're
it.
rocking,
Okay.
man.
Oh,
I'm
you could draw
interested to
the.
know what you're drawing as well. Maybe we can talk about it later or not. I don't know.
You
Yeah,
could
it
draw
remembers
the
me.
best Toyo.
Yeah, not gonna say that too again. Yeah, it remembers me of some toys from Zero One.
Oh, he could draw the greatest Toyo ever. Dato, the great. There is no other Toyo except Dato. That's a reality, right? You guys know that.
Yeah, I
No, they
was
don't
thinking
agree.
about some feature lore. Maybe I could say something about the next collection. I don't know. Maybe it's too premature. What I'm saying.
Okay.
Stop me. Wait.
All right. I,
Don't
I will.
go.
I will. Let me find a new question for Kevin. Kevin,
Yeah.
how do you stay motivated in your work? What do you
All
find to stay
right.
motivated? A lot of
Oh,
Uh,
caffeine.
I do talk.
all right. Well, first of all, I drink a lot of energy drinks, so that helps me a lot. But despite that, um, it really depends on the work. But for example, in Toyo, I think the thing that motivates me the most is the future of this project. Um, there were two things that made me enter the Toyo project. Two aspects of the project that, for me, these are the things that are most important. First of all, it's a challenge. You guys don't know how hard it is to create game design specifically for NFT games. It's crazy because it makes you have to think of many things that you didn't thought before, like trading assets is trading experience, and all of these is just too wild. And I think this is a perfect moment for us to learn together and to do it together. And the community plays a huge role in this. It's really important for us that you keep sending us questions, sending us what are your thoughts, what are you thinking about it, some game ideas. All of this is being considered. I don't usually answer on the community, but I look at it a lot. And sometimes if I don't, other people here in this chat and also in the backstage of the project, they do go to the community and fetch us some information that you're saying. So we're always paying attention to that, and that's really important. That really helps, us in this challenge of making an NFT game. But there's one other thing as well. Uh, the aspect of an NFT game also brings us many new opportunities. For instance, we can in the future, once the game is a little bit more solid and you are playing it and having fun with it, we can expand this game so much. We can bring your Toyos to other games. We can make partnerships with other games. We can use the same NFT in multiple games and make partnerships so we can also use their NFTs in our game as well. Imagine, you have an account in another project, and then you can simply just pull your NFT because it's already in your wallet, and you can use it in our game as well. This would be huge. This would be awesome. And not to mention the other games that we ourselves can create, and you can use the same assets throughout all of them. If you can envision that future with us, then you will understand why this is so huge, why we are standing in front of a new era of games. And I know that sometimes some game designers and some companies don't want to touch NFT because there are so many bad things that can come with it, like scams, like fake games, like putting NFT in something that doesn't really add to the game. So all of those decisions must be taken in consideration. And if you do take them in consideration, and if you do treat them well, then the future is so bright. And I do believe in this future, and I think that's what makes me motivated the most. I hope that answers.
Oh, great, amazing. Sorry, I had to mute my microphone because my cats were fighting each other. That's normal, cats, you know. Well, based on that, okay, it's for both you, Kevin, and Lucas. Where would you begin to come up with a new game?
All right. um
Well,
maybe I can
go
start,
ahead.
and then Lucas, you
Yeah.
can. All right. So the Toyo universe is huge, the way it was built, the way Lucas is building it, and we have many opportunities to create different versions of the game, like new fighting games or even completely different kind of games. One thing that I can assure you is that despite of the main core gameplay, which will be the fight, there will be other small things going on. There will be testing, there will be um, adding to the game from time to time, just like, and taking the reference that I made, League of Legends sometimes have a season, and this season has a type of gameplay that you play for some time and then it goes away. So that kind of stuff, we wanna make these tests as we release after the release of the MVP. Then we will start doing investing time on that. But for now, I am together with the development team and the design team. We are laser focusing on the core gameplay and the core training module as well. Lucas, you want to add to it?
No, no. I've thought your answer was very, very interesting. You covered some interesting points from our project. I really took this question from another perspective. When Wolf first did the question, I thought about really another game. So I was thinking as a very practical person, very objective person. Maybe not every time, but anyway, I would begin seeing, looking at my team. Am I alone? Am I with a team? Anyway, that's the way I took the question. You know, that's the perspective I took it in. So maybe I would start with a few drafts. You know, maybe I would start working with pixel because it's very neat and simple. You can do very interesting artwork with pixel art. Maybe I would start to animate it with you know, Godot, some engine. I could take some tutorials. I would try to do something that was simple that I would appreciate. When first before I say that I was a kind of newbie game designer, that's not a thing at all. You know, I started to play very young. As Kevin, I got my first console when I was a child, and I immediately started to try to make those games. I played like GTA. That's it in English. GTA. This is the real thing. I don't know. The
GTA.
Sims. Yeah, it's in English. The GTA. Okay.
Mhm.
These Sims. I started to make tabletop games, RPG paper, you know, games about these teams, and it worked. People liked it. So try to aim in something you appreciate, and then you will start to reverberate things around you, and keep it simple, mainly at the beginning. That's what I would try to do with a new game. Uh,
Oh, I now understood the question. I was thinking about the Toyo project itself, but we're talking about game design in general, and that blew my
Yeah,
mind away.
it's in
I'm so sorry.
general.
no, but it was perfect. You point some very interesting topics about our project. I think the community love it.
Yeah, thank you so much. But don't go away. We
But
have a new
but
question
I
for
would
both of
I
you.
personally, because it's because I have this chance every day.
Yeah.
Feel jealous about me, but I would like to hear about what Kevin would like to come up with in a new game. But I don't know. Maybe you can what you guys
Sure,
want.
sure. No, real quick about it. There was a discussion in the past that said, should we begin to write a new game from the perspective of the narrative or from the perspective of the mechanic? And this was a real huge discussion. People used to debate and fight about it in game conferences in the past, and it was pretty fun because in the end they understood that none of them were right. There's no such thing as a right way to start a game. um, the way I do is I have a concept. The concept may consist of anything. It may be like I want to transmit the feeling of revenge, or maybe I want to make a game with cows in space, or maybe I want to make a game that talks about politics. I don't know, So the thing is, you have a concept, you have a goal that you want to achieve with your game, and once you do that, then you start building both the narrative aspect of it and connecting it to the mechanic part of it. Some games don't have a very strong narrative. For example, board games, like old board games like chess or um, I don't know, like
Tetris.
checkers. Yeah, Tetris is a great example. They use this a lot in these conferences, in these debates, because Tetris doesn't have a, a,
Narrative.
a
Yeah.
theme. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what
You
it
don't
is.
you don't have a final goal.
Exactly. You just do as much as you can for as long as you can, and you score. That's pretty much it. But probably their concept was to make a game like this, a game that was simple enough to play on your television. So that's pretty much it. The concept is more important than the narrative and the mechanic itself.
Yeah, and as we were talking, I was thinking that it's many ways to express narrative, to convey emotions to the product without a narrative. As you say, Tetris, we don't have a narrative, but it's mechanical focused, but somehow I think. But when the block, when you have that straight block, you know, from four blocks, you know, and it's coming down like this, and you turn right at the end, and it gets stuck, you know, in another block, and it covers the passage. That moment when you're trying to control everything to, you know, explode that block is and when you're trying to control everything, and that straight goddamn block to another horizontal and mass, you know, that's the feeling in there. The narrative that don't exist. Maybe in these moments they start to exist a little bit. It's what you say, that you don't need to have a narrative sometimes to express emotions, to express feelings, to create that flow we talked before.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, we have some questions from our Twitch chat. And Super Capivara, he asked,
Beautiful name, beautiful name.
don't you guys think that making a new kind of game is needed for the success of the project? Because for now, it's just another battle card game like so many on market today.
Oh, that's where you're mistaken. I don't know if you've seen. Um, there are some people trying to break this idea of a simple card game. Um, For example, a simple card game would have very specific turns, and you play after the other, and you have to manage your mana or your stamina or action points or whatever, like Hearthstone, like XC, like many others. But I want you to picture not a game of cards, but I want you to try to merge in your mind what could come up between a card game and a fighting game. The reason why we are taking a little bit longer than expected to show you gameplay is because we're trying a new gameplay that was never seen before. Um, Something, that doesn't belong to these categories entirely. Imagine that instead of pressing buttons to make a combo, you could just like be pulling cards into the game and make that a combo. So you're just switching the buttons for cards, but you still have a pretty massive battle going on, and you still have to manage your cards in your hand. Why is this so important? Because we made a research. We had like over 100 of answers from the community, and we seen that fighting games have lots of problems, especially if you're talking about online fighting games. There's the problem with the network. There's the problem with people just creating macros to just kick your ass off in the game, and people always losing, or it's not that strategic. But also there are lots of problems with card games because they're always the same as well. You just have lots of lucky by getting the cards, and it's pretty much luck based most of the time. You can create a deck, but that doesn't assure you that your victory. And then we're trying to bring the best out of these both worlds. We're trying to put strategy, and we're trying to put insane combos and action into the same game. So it takes some time to come up with something entirely new, like I mentioned, but we're aiming to that. Don't worry. We're not going to create another X Infinity. We can assure you that.
Nice. Thank you, Kevin. Well, talking about something new, we are changing the focus of our questions. That's for all of you.
Mhm.
Um, well, what is your secret talent, Kevin, Lucas, Richie? What's your secret talent? What? Tell us. What's your secret talent?
My mind got stuck in the last question, but let me first answer this one. My secret talent is that Kevin, we should start that band, man. My secret talent is to sing. I like to produce music. Um, oh shit. Sorry, the vocabulary. I don't have many talents because I'm not good in everything I do. But sometimes I'm a medium guy, But I do look like so many different things, like rolling with my skate, in the uh, I don't know how can I say this in English, but anyway, sports stuff, artistical stuff that are mainly things that I do, and I do believe that our team is filled with this kind of guys, this kind of people, and it's even hard to talk about it honestly. We have a advertising here in Brazil about aluminum steel sponge. You know, it used to brush some. How can I say panelas in English? Some yeah,
Pan.
we call
Pan.
pan. We used to brush pan, you know, to take away the burn it. Yeah, anyway, we have these advertisements that say the Brombrios is used to 1001 things. That's a very it's almost a meme here. Anyway, we are this kind of people, I guess.
You
So
you
there are
are
many.
a jack of all trades.
Yeah. I
Jack of
did
all
never
trades.
never saying that I do any of this kind good, but good enough. But I try. I like it. And you,
You're
Okay.
Kevin,
being you're being humble. You're being humble.
Humble. You're humble. You're
Yeah,
very
Lucas
skillful.
Lucas do
no
lots
false
of
modesty.
things.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
from my end, I think I do also like singing a lot, but lately I've been investing in writing, like um, writing books. I am about to publish my second book in the next month. So, and I use a different name. I use a different nickname in the web. So you probably won't find me by Mr. Talarius in other places uh, for my writings. But yeah, I do love writing. I'm very enthusiastic on this, and I also like to say, because I think Richie will also talk about his secret talent,
Yeah.
that even though we say that Richie is depicted here as our 2D ninja, he is actually the lead from the art team. He does like man lots of things. He helps the whole team to figure out the direction that we are going. So just because 2D ninja, I think is not enough for him. But anyway, Richie, please, your talent.
Your talent.
yeah. Well, my secret talent that I didn't reveal to the public yet. I'm a very good drummer, metal drummer, and prog drummer. I'm a very good metal singer, like metal, and
Oh,
that's
nice, man. That's
I
great.
think
Great.
that's it
Best
for
best
today.
person ever.
I felt like on 80s when
Yeah.
he sent that that shout. I felt like I was on a show, and Well, my secret talent. Well, I tend to read stuff upside down and on reverse, and I never forget a face, a number, or a place I went. That's my secret talent. It
Oh,
was
that's
natural. That's it.
that's
Oh,
amazing.
and
I'm jealous now. I
I am
forget
a
everything so often.
I am a Photoshop eradicator. Usually, I sit on Photoshop and start to make random stuff according to my mood. That's it.
Oh,
So,
let me
yes,
take the opportunity to merchandise a little bit. Also, I have 4 albums on Spotify and Bandcamp and YouTube and this. You can go ahead and search if you wanted.
I You never told that to me. You're telling them right now.
Secret talent.
God, that's real. That's a real secret. Okay, I want the name. Please write that in the chat.
please,
I'm
please.
shy. I can't. Sorry.
No, don't do that.
I'm an indie artist. You guys need to uncover me. Discover me
Oh,
somehow.
looks like he's drawing Lucido right now. Is that right?
Oh, that's
I
who
know that
he is. Lucio.
mustache somewhere.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Now that we know the secret of everyone, could you tell me something? What non-game art influenced all of you at the most?
No.
That's
I was really seeing something very inspiring yesterday, Kevin. I guess you guys will agree with me about Ghibli Studio, cinematography, animation, anime. Anyway, Ghibli Studio. I was watching one of the movies yesterday, and this is a non-game art that influences me a lot. Hayao Miyazaki, I guess, one of the directors from Ghibli Studio, is a genius, man. The way he constructs the immersion of his universe, you know. That's one of them. What you guys tell can tell.
All right. Um, for
There is.
me,
Oh, sorry again. I was muted again. Sorry.
no worries. Okay, do you want to go
Okay.
first?
Go. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. um, there is one thing that I like a lot. There's one specific kind of movie that every time I show people, people get kind of mad at me because they don't understand the movie. But I guess that's the magic of the thing. Um, there's one example. There's a movie called "I'm Thinking About Ending Things" from Netflix. I love this movie so much because it's crazy. It's completely out of the box, and every person who watches it understand a different movie. How can you create something that is finite? It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and still people interpret that in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of thing, that kind of movie, that kind of art makes me go crazy because I love this idea of interpretation, the language playing a big role on the things that we do. And I also love the mystery that it brings to you, even though it's something that you quite don't understand. You can create this. You can create with the movie. You, as the person who is watching, create your own story with that. So you know, and maybe that's kind of something related to game because when you're playing a game, you're also creating a story with the game designer. But bringing that to movies and the other types of art, I think that's pretty amazing.
Okay. Thank you so much. There is a question from the Twitch Twitch chat. Okay, and it's from. Let me see. W. Smith. The W.P. Smith. All right. Now I said correctly. The question is about the. Do you think until the end of the year you'll deliver something innovative and funny at the same time?
Okay, I can answer that first in Portuguese for the Portuguese speakers, as you were the ones making the question, and then I will also translate it to English. Okay, so you don't have to wait
All right.
for a translation or
Supla
whatever.
style.
All right, so mudando para português. E aí, gente, essa é a minha voz em português. Eu acho que as vozes mudam, tá? Mas sim, a gente quer entregar algo até o final do ano. A gente tem algumas fases de entrega do jogo, tá? Então, da mesma forma que você tem lá um alpha, um beta, um MVP e por aí vai, a gente também planeja fazer isso, ok? Nesses estágios diferentes, vocês vão ver coisas diferentes, features diferentes que a gente vai implementando ao longo do tempo. E até o final do ano, sim, a gente planeja ter alguma coisa que vai ser bem diferente. É, então, fiquem preparados. E em breve eu quero trazer mais notícias assim que a gente tiver validado. Uma coisinha aí que a gente quer validar. Mas deve ser uma questão de um mês, talvez, a gente traz algo para vocês verem e depois para vocês jogarem. Back to English. So pretty much we have different stages of the game that we are going to be releasing. We're going to be releasing something like an alpha, then a beta, then the MVP of the game, and the game will progressively add new features to it. Okay, so the idea is that we want to validate a few things first, and once we validate it, we're gonna share with you what was this validation, the result of it, and how is this core aspect of the mechanic that is so different. Once that is done, we're going to be developing and delivering you these features in these different phases. Okay, I think that covers the question. I know it's not much, but yes, until the end of the year, you're going to be playing something that's really cool, but is just the beginning of something greater.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Well,
Hell yeah.
uh, we are
Woo.
kind of short on time because we have to work, and so, well, as I said, we would have some goodies for those participating on our stream, and I have the name of everyone participating here. And
Goodies.
well, that's time. Let's see who will earn something. I can't right now just show my screen because I have dozens of stuff happening at the same time. But I will share with you the print of the result. Okay, everyone, good luck. Let me see if someone is missing. Oh, there is a new one. I will add him here. I have to remove one because he is a part of our staff. And just a moment. We'll pick two person to.
What the heck?
Here we go.
Who will win? Real effects.
Three,
That's
two,
right.
one. Okay. VNK and Asukamikasa. Did I say right? Is there someone from staff?
VNK. Hasu Kamikaze. Come
V
here. Grab your goodie.
and K Asukamikasa. Uh, oh, Primata, we don't have bots yet. We will implement that. Sorry, we don't have the those bots. But oh, in game now, oh, Discord. Sorry. Um, I want to give something from my personal collection to those who are here supporting us, and I will draw an extra person to earn a secret Toyo. It's not a box. It's a Toyo. Let's go
Oh,
again.
Wolf is generous today.
Vanjai Gamey and P.
Vanjai.
What name is that? Okay.
All right.
Well,
Be
congrats. Those are
overwhelmed by wolf kindness.
yeah, my
Take
kindness.
this goodie.
Yeah, that's it. Wow. We got three people that earned some stuff from our live stream. I would like to thank everyone to be part of the live today. We had some personal questions, some questions about the game. We had the our 2D ninja Richie doing his magic, and I think he will make available the draw he did to everyone to download it. I would like to thank Kevin, Mr. Talaris, Lucas Signal. I would like to thank the staff, Sarah, Matthews, and everyone that's engaged on our project. And that's it. We will meet again within 2 weeks about the questions about NFT staking. The NFT staking will happen in June, so we have until the end of the month to make things happen. About questions in game, I think Kevin answered most of that, and that's it. If you have any
Yeah.
question, if you have anything, any suggestion, you can drop in our Discord, on Telegram, and our Twitter. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, everyone. And that's
Thank
it.
everyone. Super
See you later.
Capivara. Maybe Vikings and Portals. See ya.
See ya.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, one last question. The team of next collection.
I already answered. We need to do
Ah,
that now.
okay. Oh, it was
Yeah.
dropped here.
Back the things, man.
Super Cup.
Just go.
Yeah, you just have
It,
to watch it again.
yeah, and there was also some things on the drawings. I don't know. You should take a look at it.
Yeah, you should take a look at that. See
All
I
you.
should
right.
take
Bye
a look at
bye.
that.
See ya.
Thank you.
See you guys. Bye.